Shima, it's been way too long since we've had another catch up, and we've been trying to do this interview for several weeks now. But for the sake, well, how are you? First of all, you're looking amazing.
Thank you so much, David. It's lovely to see you. You as well. It's been a long time.
3, 4 months, I think. You know, the strange thing
Yes.
is when you live in the south of Spain, for the sake of the audience, we both live in the south of Spain, and you kind of lose track of time down here because you're mostly sunny. You're just another sunny day, another sunny day. We don't have huge jackets and snowstorms to contend with. It's kind of always sunny and warm. But welcome back, Shima. I've been looking forward to catching up with you because, oh my God, the stuff that you've been doing. I've been following your social media work. You've been crazy busy. You've got new books coming out. You've got a whole new healing system that we're going to talk about today. But I need to tell the audience first, for the people that don't know who you are, a little bit of history about yourself. Now, if I get it wrong, you can correct me. Feel free to jump in because it's complicated. The skills that you've learned since we first met 7, 8 years ago have been so excessive. It's very hard to track them all, but I'll try. You ready? Now, myself and Shima met about 7 or 8 years ago when she was doing a seminar that I attended on basically mental self-help, understanding how to read people, thinking about not stop thinking, using your soul to get the answers. It was very spiritual back then, even, but we met and it was an interesting course we went through, a skill set, but I would call it very, very basic because a lot of the spirituality work that we both do can be quite intense and quite intimidating if you're going to go in a sort of medium to higher level for people. So, that was a very mediocre course, which is a way that I like what you do. So you open it up and you kind of let people ask the questions. When they might ask the right questions, you're moving up through the next answer and the next answer and the next answer. But we bumped into each other about probably 6 months ago and caught up, and we're both blown away. Like the achievements and the advancements that you've had in your spiritual life and mine have been very, very impressive, but also very poignant and a life-changing direction. Would you agree in that?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, life never stops surprising us, right?
Yeah, you've
Back then,
written.
I was doing mainly business coaching as well from the spiritual perspective. And I remember that we had this course for your company with the team building. But of course, always come down to who we truly are, right? And that's a true meaning of spirituality. Who am I?
Absolutely. To find out, I mean, that's what everyone's asking. Who am I and what is my mission? What am I supposed to be doing here? Because you find so many people that are confused is that they're kind of okay, they might be okay financially, or they might be in a relationship that's good, but ultimately they're sort of saying, is this everything I'm supposed to be doing? Is there not something else I can be more achieving more in my life? But that's a whole different story. We eventually caught up over coffee, and I discovered you'd written several. How many books is it now? Five?
5 is published, one is on the way.
Yeah, I was like, what? 5 books? I mean, how many, how hard is that? And it's all about a healing modality. And this is a complicated word if you're not used to it, the healing modality, which is a whole system. Now, for me to get my head into it, I had to sort of spend more time. We spoke a lot. And then I attended several of your courses, and one of them was the Accessing the Akashic Records initiation, which is absolutely fascinating. And it blew the lid off a lot of things I wanted to know about. And it also helped me understand a broader perspective of what else is going on and how all of this is all tied in. Because, yeah, how do you even describe that? So, and then we started doing this healing modality as well, which was amazing. But we'll get into all of that slowly because I realize a lot of this information is going to be bombarding you as the listener. So maybe I'll hand the mic over back to Shima, and you can explain a little bit about all of it, and then we can get into some of this in depth. No, I think that's probably easier.
Sure. So this healing modality is a multidimensional healing modality that is called Shimana Quantum Code. It's a modality that I have developed through thousands of healing sessions and deep inner work and into the multidimensional layers of human body because I have realized that physical approaches often cannot reach the real root cause of the disease. Why? Because humans are multidimensional. They are not only physical. So in order to access the root cause of the disease, we need to look at the human system as this advanced multidimensional system. We have mental, physical, emotional, energetic, causal, soul, spiritual bodies. And all these, like Russian dolls, they are all interconnected. So if we look at conventional medicine, we see that they are doing only symptom therapies. Everything is based on the symptom, and how can I make this symptom disappear? And that's why we can never get to the root cause of the disease. And through my own journey of healing my loved ones and myself, that was initiated this healing, I came to the understanding that we need to go to the root cause, and we need to understand where the problem comes from. The greatest scientist of our time, he mentioned that the frequency is the future of medicine. Mm-hmm. And what he means that everything has a frequency. Every thought, every emotion, every act has a frequency and has a vibration. And in order to change the physical reality, we need to go to the frequency. We need to change that frequency. Through my work, I realized there is one unique frequency that can heal everything. The frequency of the source. That's what I shared in my first book that's called Infinite Love. That's the source of everything, the unconditional love. And when your body is in that frequency, your body can heal itself. So all what we do in the Shimana Quantum Code healing modality is first we go and remove all the root cause, which is in whether it's trapped emotions, limiting beliefs, karmic agreements, mental energies, all these root cause, which are unique frequencies. We remove them, that I'm going to explain how. Very, very simple system to remove it. And then we are mirroring the frequency of unconditional love. When your body feels safe, when your body is confronted to this frequency, it can regulate itself, it can heal itself. So there is no healer in the world that heals anyone. Your body is designed to heal itself, but it just needs to get to the right frequency. So Shimana Quantum Code is a frequency medicine, and day by day we see more people are becoming frustrated with healing. They do all the physical treatments, medical treatments, energy work, mindset work, but yet something is still missing. What is missing is that they cannot get right to the right frequency that heals their body. And this system is a system that helps you to get to that frequency. First, we are attending the trapped frequency, that the frequency that is distorted in your system, and releasing it from your system. And then we are introducing the frequency of the source, mirroring that frequency of unconditional love so your body can heal itself. And in order to understand a little bit better this system, I would like to share as well a little bit my own personal journey to this multidimensional healing modality. I was born during the war between Iran and Iraq in Tehran after the Islamic Revolution. And my first 6 years of upbringing was feeling conflict, terror, horror, attack, bombard attacks, and it made me question everything. Very early in life, as a child, I was asking, who am I? What am I doing here? How can I end the suffering in the world? And that question became the foundation of my deep journey into philosophy, psychology, quantum science, theology, mythology, and later on Akashic records to get the answers to who am I and what is my purpose here. At the age of 19, I was living in Germany and already built a successful career, managing over 100 employees, and everything from outside looked perfect. But from inside, I was still searching. At 23, I moved to Marbella. I came here for vacation, but I never went back. Followed that intuitive guidance to stay here and to follow my spiritual life. And I met someone who called Salvador, who was like a business partner and also a father figure to me. He helped me to expand my business in Spain. And some years into the business with him, he came one day with this devastating news that cancer developed all over his body. They couldn't give him any more chemotherapy, and they gave him only 3 months to live. I couldn't accept the heaviness of this news on my chest, so I started to dive deeper into the truth behind cancer and how our body functions. What is the effect of our emotion on our physical body? watched tons of interviews, reads lots of books about this, and I came up with my own healing modality. So I shared that with him and he applied it. 3 months after, he was more energetic than before. 1 year after, he was cancer free. When everybody expected him to die, he came back cancer free. So that made me question, what is the system that is going on right now with the conventional medicine? If somebody that didn't know anything about healing can just watch a couple of interviews and read some books, come up with a modality that can get somebody who was in the deathbed back to life,
Yeah.
then this message need to reach out the world. And life didn't stop to train me until my next wake-up call, when was my mom was in a coma. And she was my soulmate, my best friend. And they discovered a tumor in her brain. My family didn't want to worry me. They put her on a biopsy and she went directly into the coma. So I applied my healing modality on her, and luckily she came out of the coma, and I started to share with my family the success stories of Salvador and some other patients that I helped them to with the incurable, so-called incurable disease. And I begged them to not put her under aggressive treatments. They showed great resistance. Of course, I can't blame them because they only knew the conventional way. They didn't understand the multidimensional healing modality or alternative healing. And I had to witness 1 year and 8 months. My mom underwent 6 brain surgery and 2 months of radiotherapy. And unfortunately, she wasn't between us anymore. Once she passed away, my body collapsed. I was hospitalized for 5 days at Kiron Hospital in Marbella, and doctors couldn't find the answer to my problem because they never look at the emotion and the trauma that is causing that problem. So I decided to start my own self-healing journey, and that was my initiation, my deepest initiation to what comes today as this multidimensional healing modality, which is called Shimana Quantum Code. The difference between this work and everything else that exists is the soul layer healing, soul level healing, because we have a lot of alternative treatments, such as Chinese medicine that work with the emotional body, or belief work system, different work, or Reiki or energy healing. But what they don't have, the other system they don't have, is the soul journey. Kabbalah explains that the true healing is the healing of the soul. We need to go to the layers of the soul because our consciousness, my dear friend, never disappears. When we leave this human body, our consciousness travels to the other dimension. And all those experiences, all those other life experiences impacting our physical reality here and now. So when we go to the soul journey through accessing the Akashic records, which is the library of the soul, we can understand the root cause and we can release them, and then our body can heal itself.
Yeah, it's very hard to digest that because the problem is most people when they have these traumatic incidents in life, like okay, family members got a tumor, family members sick, the first thing you all do is they all congregate straight to the hospital and they start listening to the doctors who is like, okay, we're going to either operate. And biopsies are extremely dangerous. Most of the time they burst because a tumor is all of the cancer cells pushed into one place by your body. People don't know that. They think it's multiple. It's where they push all the cancerous cells are all in one place. Great. That's brilliant. We know where it is. It's not everywhere. It's just here. And then they do a little scraping sample and then burst it and then it gets everywhere. But the first thing people do is they start listening to doctors, because they've got white coats on and they're surrounded by expensive equipment. And, I've been in this hospital for, at least 25 years in my experience, because one idiot taught me how to be another idiot. And I'm currently teaching that man over there who's also a doctor, and he'll be my future idiot replacement. So people don't have any real certainty, or they just trust what doctors say. But then you get people like us, because I'm into very similar. You're in the spirituality side of healing. I use a bit of plant-based supplements and some other pharmaceuticals, which also show great healing aspects. Now, I believe in both, actually, Shima. Now, I've got a personal story about what Shima did for me. We had coffee. I said, Shima, I've got to go. I've got a couple of hours, 2.5 hours driving. And I've had tennis elbow. No, I had carpal syndrome. tunnel in this hand. And I think it's from editing because I do so many videos. I'm editing on my phone. And this, I said, oh, I said, grab all it. Can you give that a squeeze? You know the muscle in there. I said, give that a squeeze. She said, that's not how you do it. She said, yeah, I'll do it, but that's not how you do it. So she said, I'll tell you what, you go, get in the car, and then I'll call you and then tune in a bit while you're driving. I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. So I'm not exaggerating, folks. I sat in my car and drove 2.5 hours from this part of Spain to another part of Spain. And during that 2 hours, she said, okay, I will work on it for you, David. I will get it, I will do it. So off you went. And by the time I got there, I'm not exaggerating, it had healed up by 50%. I said, Shima, man, it feels way better. The next day, it was 100% healed. And it hasn't come back, Shima. It hasn't come back. So you calling me, whatever you did on that phone call with me, I was trying to pay attention, but I've got you're driving. It improved by 50%. Next day, totally gone. It never came back. And I had that for 6 months, that problem, 6 months, because I just can't stop using that hand. I can't do it with the other hand. It's one of those things, isn't it? So amazing piece of, I was like, wow, holy shit, that's amazing. I didn't find it hard to believe. I found it hard to believe that it happened to me because it's one of those type of things where you hear these stories about somebody else happening to, but that happened to me. So I'm eternally grateful because it was extremely, not so much painful, but just debilitating. I couldn't undo a bottle on the top or anything, or I couldn't load the ammo in my gun as I'm shooting out the window. I'm just joking. Couldn't do it like, okay, opening a bottle of pills like that. I couldn't do it. I have to do that. So it hasn't come back. So your powers and your skills that you've learned along this journey, it's been a painful journey. I know we've talked about this at length on personal coffees we've had together. It's painful. I've lost my mother to cancer as well. And had I known now what I know then, I don't know if she'd still be with us, but I would have got definitely a couple of more years out of her. Mm-hmm. So the work that you're doing is extremely important, and it's opening people's brains up and their souls and hearts up to a possible alternative that you haven't considered because no one of any substance or energetically wise has appealed to you and got inside there and made you go, huh, let's have a little look at that. And I'm telling you guys, this shit works. And it's not like anything else you've experienced before because you don't really have to, you just have to sort of clear your mind and get into it. It's not like there's a special set of robes that you have to get or, preparation or heavy, deep hours and hours of meditation or ayahuasca trips in Mexico and Mexican jungles or anything. This stuff it's really easy to do and it's really enjoyable. You'll feel refreshed and alert at the end of it. It's great. So where do you want to go next, Shima?
I'm very happy to hear that, David, because that was only a couple of minute healing. I remember that day when you were driving and you mentioned after that you could drive because it was before you had difficulties. And so that's what many people don't know. Many of these chronic issues that we have comes back to the trapped emotions and to the emotional body. And I have channeled from the Akashic records a tablet of trapped emotions and their location in the body. So I'm going to show you. By the way, this book is available on Amazon and is available in English, Spanish, and now German as well. And you can also listen to the audiobook is on the Google. We will add the link here.
Great.
So this is the tablet of trapped emotions. We have 5 columns and 9 rows. In each column is showing you whether this trapped emotion was trapped in this lifetime. Prenatal trapped emotions are related to the time when you were in your mom's womb. Preconception trapped emotions are emotions that were inside your soul before you even being conceived into this physical reality. Inherited trapped emotion is something that you inherited from your parents or the generations before, and collective imprint is not even your own emotion. Like we have had a lot of patients after the COVID that they have this chronic fatigue and the adrenal fatigue. And we only needed to release the fear that was stored during the COVID time, and everything changed. So then we have the organs and system. We shows like whether it's on your heart or circulatory system, digestive system. What we do, we use muscle testing, kinesiology, or the pendulum. that will help us to pinpoint which trapped emotion is stored where in the body. And once we release that, we reset that organ, and your body will heal itself. And the healing is immediate and also is permanent. So how am I going to release it? I have been told in the Akashic records, because I connected with my other version in other life that was a healer and wrote the entire book about the healing. And I channel all this information from that life. So the palm of your hand is having the meridian of your heart. And all these things are related to your heart portal. Your heart is a portal, is not only a pump for the blood, is the source of your intelligence, also the source where you can travel to the multidimensional layers of your existence. So what we do, we use the palm of the hand. And also, if you look at the quantum science at the hologramic being, we all like hologram beings, and we are going there. This is like a remote control of your hologramic body. So I'm going to tap, I'm going to open the portal of the heart, and I'm going to tap, for instance, if that emotion was heartbreak, let's say, and it's in your heart and circulatory system. I'm going to release that. I tap 3 times. I'm releasing heartbreak, and I'm going to reset your heart and circulatory system to its original perfect health design. And I'm going to check with the pendulum if it has been released, and immediately the person feels the shift. So what was happening with your hand, for instance, that you were carrying for 5-6 months, it was only a couple of trapped emotions, nothing else. That's why it was a short healing, very quick healing. And then we have limiting beliefs. Also, we have the chart of limiting beliefs, what kind of beliefs you have that stop your healing. For instance, I had a patient who had a stroke. She's 86 years old, and half of her body was completely numb when they brought her to me. So we did 3 sessions, and everything was functioning perfectly well, everything in the body. After 3 sessions, she was completely healed. Now, she was asking me, I look at it and I see, she was telling, no, I don't have any pain right now, but because I took a paracetamol before I come here, but we were checking her body, there was no more inflammation and no more pain and anything in her body. And I checked, okay, maybe there is something in her belief system that doesn't let the pain to go away. And I checked, yes. For instance, this was, if I become healthy, nobody will look after me. Because her children were grown up and living with their families, and they would come and visit her like once a month. Now, since she's been ill, they would come every single day. So she found this anchor for her illness to get more close to the children. So we have also a lot of limiting beliefs that our subconscious is holding on to them for many different reasons. Like I was treating a patient with lung cancer stage 4. And it was very interesting because we did a quantum surgery. Now, this is not only about releasing the trapped emotions. Once all of them are released, we teleport the patient to the etheric healing chambers. These etheric healing chambers are the healing chambers that are available to us. When you activate your third eye, you can see those etheric healing chambers, and we are never alone here. We have all of us. We have our angels, our ascended masters, our team, our loved ones that are supporting us throughout our life journey. So in this etheric healing chamber, specifically in the 11th dimension, the Shimana healing chamber is the one that I'm working with. We did a surgery, quantum surgery, to remove that tumor from her lung. And we saw that the tumor disappeared in the very first session. Her body was very responsive, and it was only 1 session. After the session, she sent me a message that I was looking why I am not ready to release this tumor, because the moment you said that the tumor is gone, I panicked. And I said, no, I'm not done with it. I still need it now. Consciously, nobody wants to have the tumor, but the subconscious was telling her that you still need this. So she started to write down 9 reasons why she wanted to still hold on that tumor. And she wanted that to go away gradually. That is what happened to her subconscious. So the mental body is an important part. That's why we say always mind over matter. And that's why coaching is an important part of this work. This work goes hand in hand with coaching. You cannot do this work without coaching. We have to train the mind to understand the quantum reality, to understand the holographic reality, And then they can accept it, that when something is removed, when something is gone, it is gone and it doesn't need to come back again. So we go to the limiting beliefs, and you have this chart also in the book. You have the whole chapter explaining about it. And we have mental energies. Mental energies are the energies that are formed in you because somebody put something in your head. Like if you were a child and your teacher says you're not good enough in mathematics, or you're stupid. Or it was a client of mine, somebody, when she was 8 years old, somebody wrote her name and say she's silly. And now she's 6 years old, but all her life she considered herself silly just because somebody bullied her at school. So these are mental energies that get stored in your subconscious. We have a list of them and we will release them. Most of this mental energy is coming down to that not wanting to live. So willingness to die or seeing death as a portal to end your suffering. And when that is there, you cannot heal because that is constant in your subconscious. Whatever you do, whatever work you do, that is just seeing the death as an opportunity to end your suffering, to end your problems. So you have the list of the mental energies in the book that you can also pinpoint with the pendulum or muscle testing and see what kind of mental energies you have. And then we have karmic agreements. Throughout my work, I realized that these karmic agreements come down, the ones that are disempowering us and are affecting our health. There are 6 types of karmic agreements. So I made it very simple for everybody. You don't need to do 10 million regression or progression or hypnotherapy sessions or Akashic regression to understand what are those karmic agreements. You only go with the pendulum and check from these 6 which karmic agreement I have, whether it's for your relationship, for your business, or for your health. And you release that. You have a prayer and you release it. That system make it very easy to go to the root cause in the multidimensional body and release it. We work also in this modality, we work with ascendant masters, each one representing different crystals. We work a lot with crystals, and each one carry different frequency for different organs of the body or different system, energy system or chakras, and also photon therapy, which are called rays of light or angels. So what we know as angelic beings are orbs of light. And each one carries a certain frequency. For instance, Archangel Michael works with blue ray of light for protection and also for healing your mental body. Okay, Archangel Raphael with green frequency, green healing light works with the emotional body. So each of these angels are introduced in the book, the frequency, exact frequency that they work with them, the rays of light that they work with them, and also your ascendant masters, the complete introduction to the different crystals that ascendant masters work with them, and each one is related to which organ. So that's how we support the healing, because during a healing you may get this information, receive this information that you need to use certain crystal or certain essential oils or certain herbs in order to complete your healing process.
Well, it's very intense. This is going to there's a lot of information in a short amount of time, but these are all laid out. I've looked through these books. They're all laid out in very clear format, and it's easy to follow. You do have it all laid out there. So if it's something that you feel like getting involved with, then the books are certainly going to help you do that. And if you take your time, they are quite easy to understand, I think. Tapping the palm. They work is the main thing. You're not wasting your time if this is something you want to get involved with. But have you got some sort of training seminar coming up as well? Did I see on your social media, Shima?
Yes, end of this month on 25th of May, I'm starting a completely new way of therapist training program. Until now, I have trained 25 therapists to this modality. But this time, we have recorded the entire modality, which are 14 modules. Each one has 5-6 lectures, in-depth explanation of how this modality works. And I'm doing a hybrid way. End of this month, I'm going to do the training myself every Monday, 3 hours on Zoom during 6 months. And then you will have access as well to all the modalities that we have recorded, the online course. And you have the option whether to participate on the self-paced online course or participate with me on this training, which is a hybrid program. And but that would be the only time that I will be there personally training people, because after this, my team will be attending the online course with Q&A sessions. So if you feel called, you feel that you are a healer, you're a therapist, or you
Yeah.
come here to help others, or even help your own family members, help yourself, then definitely this is something that I would suggest to have a look at. We have also a free masterclass that we will add the link to this interview. So you can watch the masterclass and feel it yourself. If this is something for you, you're more than welcome to join.
The other thing, yeah, that's great that you're actually gonna digitalize this skill set that you've got for teaching people. I've attended your classes and it's absolutely fascinating. And the thing about it is there's not a huge class, there's not a huge amount of people in the class, which I liked it. So it was very personal, yes, there were questions going around and you were able to deal with them. But I've also not attended many other of these events, but there's just masses of people, and I've just thought that there's no way you can attend to every single question that comes up when there's a large number of people at these seminars. Now, it's also good that some of the stories that I can share personally, because the first time we did an interview, there were several people that reached out to you, and you did a free interview, you talked to them. If I remember rightly, there was a free consultation, and then judging by what they wanted to investigate or heal or move past, then
Yes.
you put them in the right direction and put them in the right specialist. Um, I know the woman that I was with, Susanna, was amazing, and some of the experiences I had on there was so funny because obviously a lot of this is personal, but the when you do get into the Akashic records and she starts talking about a person that needs to get a message to you, Susanna was able to identify and describe the personalities of these people down to a T, which was hilarious because she knew nothing about them. She just had a name. She was like, oh, she was describing, for example, my mother was in there. She was describing her personality and several other people that I needed to know more about my ancient contact with them and what the relationships were in past lives, which meant what the relationships in this lives were. But that's just a small amount of the information and the courses that Shima has on offer, folks. There's a lot of different ones. If you're more interested in healing, if you want to know more about yourself, if you need to move past some trauma, if you want to become a teacher, or even just improve yourself for some self-help, if you're going through that, I need to clear some things from my life and understand myself a bit more. The whole aspect of what you have on your courses, Shima, is absolutely fascinating, and it's so nice that someone's actually gone in there. You said you channeled all the information from a previous life that you had as a healer and brought it forward, and were able to put it in a book, and now in 3 languages as well as an audio book. I mean, it's perfect. There is no real reason why, if you are interested in moving into this particular spiritual and energetic field, you've got it all there laid out. And I know that you've got a great team behind you that can help if you're feeling that you need some more help in this way and stuck in, etc. They're going to help as well. I know some of them. Interesting people.
Yes, yes. Susanna is one of our advanced therapists. She is amazing, and she has her own journey. When she came to me, and she shared that, her testimony is on our website, is also on the YouTube channel. And so she came because she had a lot of fear of death. And she said she's a positive mindset coach, and she's been in one of my seminars at Rotary Club. And she reached out to me. She says, I need to have a spiritual coaching session because I want to understand who am I, where am I coming from, what is my purpose here. And in that session, her relationship with her children healed, her relationship with her parents was healed, and she has completely transformed her understanding about death, about life. And interestingly enough, soon after, she signed up for our therapist training program. And when she came for the first day, she told me that, oh, Shima, you see all this stuff, and you open the body, you see the hologramic part of it, you see what is wrong in the liver or what is on. We don't need really to do all these scans. We scan the body through our third eye. So would I be able to see that as well? Because I never had intuitive guidances. I'm not a spiritual person at all. I'm very pragmatic. Would I be able? And I said, yes, absolutely. Everybody is able. All of us have the gift. This is basically one of our birthrights, one of the birth gifts that we have, to be able to understand who we are and to activate one of our important chakras, which is the third eye, the pineal gland. That's very important. So she came to the initiation, and I remember in the morning we did the initiation. In the afternoon, she was the only one in the whole group that was seeing everything with a lot of details. And she had a lot of self-doubt before. And now she's one of our advanced therapists that also David had a couple of sessions with her.
Yeah.
And she can dive deep into the journey of your soul and tell you everything that you need to learn.
Yeah, it was, I think I had 3 sessions with her. And for me, um, it was important to clear some, because you can't always get clear answers. You have an indication of what it is, but it's nice to have someone that knows nothing about you that can go in and say, okay, why have you got such an interest in Roman history? And I was laughing. I was like, I'm always at Roman places. So she told me why. She says, what's this link with Egypt? And I was laughing at that as well. And then she also told me about what I'm supposed to be doing and sharing, and that cleared up some past. You see, a lot of the energetics around your soul kind of hold you back a little bit, because if you don't believe in yourself, or if you're questioning, you say, is this the right thing to do? You need to clear that out before then you have a clear indication. Say, okay, that was great. For me personally, it was great. Saying it's confirmed a lot of things I already felt. I didn't know because it's not confirmed, but there's no way this person would know all that stuff about and be able to tell me all about that if it wasn't already present in my karmic records. And in this incarnation, some of that memory is still inside my soul, and I could feel it. I knew it, just needed it to be confirmed. So clearing this. And what was also very interesting is you talked about was karmic relationships. Shima. A
Mm.
lot of people get these words mixed up. So as we get towards the end of this, we've been nearly on an hour. I think this is great. It goes like this. People mix this up. I hear the word soulmate, I hear the word twin flame, and I hear the word karmic connections. And I say, well, what's people don't know the difference. A karmic connection is there to teach you, to show you, so you understand something. And it's not always necessarily negative, and it's not always necessarily positive. It's someone that's going to annoy you and make you question things. You can have a boss that pushed you, or a professor at school that pushed you. Say, that guy, he drives me nuts. He's always telling me I'm wrong. But what he did was he pushed you to achieve more, to improve your game, to go back and look at things differently. And relationships are often like that. You could have a karmic relationship inside your own family, and then it pushes you, and it's often an unfinished connection from a past life, which is where
Mhm.
your team comes in, because you say, why is this person constantly in my life? I don't like them. They get on my nerves. What's the story? And it's
Exactly.
getting to the
Sometimes people
cause.
are asking, what are the karmic agreements? I think this is important for understanding what is a karmic agreement. And in the spiritual awareness, it was my question for many years as well, until I could see, because it sounded so unfair that somebody put karmic agreements on us and then they judge us for something we didn't know, as in a conscious level.
Yeah.
And we had to do that. And then before we go, we get to the punishment with the karmic committee, and then we have to repeat the cycle again and again and again. It sounds really unfair with life. But I learned that is not like that. Actually, there is no God sitting there with a long white beard and judging you and telling you, oh, you did this good and you go to heaven, and you did it bad and you go to hell. There is not such a thing. You, my dear friend, you are the only one judging yourself. You are the consciousness of God. You are the God. If you understand who you are, then you understand the power you have within you. So you are nothing more than expression of love, and God is unconditional love. Unconditional love, the source that gives you everything that you want. Now, through your thoughts, you can manifest all what you want, and if you can control what is in your head, then you manifest what you want. Otherwise, if you don't control what is in your head, you manifest all what you don't want.
Yeah.
First of all, because we have between 12,000 to 60,000 thoughts per day. 80% are negative. 95% are repetitive. So if that 80% that is negative constantly run on an automatic playback, what you manifest is all that negativity in your life. So if you go in those dark cycles of negativity, is because you didn't get control over your thought yet. And then, what is a karmic agreement? Based on your consciousness in every life experience that you have. Once you're leaving the body, you're meeting your soul family. And the entire movie of your life comes in front of your eyes. If you have read the books of Michael Newton or Dolores Cannon, or a lot of people that they are sharing the life after death, or they had near-death experience, all of them share the same thing. They seen their life just before death in front of their eyes like a movie. And in that moment, you are judging yourself. You say, oh my God, maybe here I didn't do very well, or there I could do better. Then with all that soul family, that somebody was your wife, somebody was your husband, somebody was your child, somebody was your mother or father, you decide to come back again to learn that lesson and to do it better. So you are the one decided behind the scene in this life, in this game that is called life. You are the actor, you are the director, you are the writer. You are everything. And that's the unity consciousness. You are the one creating it. If you become aware of your tremendous power that is within you, then you will definitely change your life and transform your life for something that you came here to do. You can make a legendary life if you realize how much power is inside your heart. So the media in this game, in this matrix, it's all designed on fear, lower vibration. They broadcast fear frequency. When you are in the head, when you are into the fear, you get distance from your heart. When you get distance from your heart, you lose your power. Who has the control? The one who is distributing fear. And that's a law of matrix. That's what you already, your soul, before coming to this body, planned it, designed it. There is no reason to hate anyone or hold resentment against anyone. It's part of the plan. It's part of the game. All what you need to learn is to come to your heart, the power of your heart, and bring that intuitive guidance, bring that intelligence to your life. That's why in the teaching of Shimana Quantum Code, we are aligning the mind and the heart together. That's what is said also in Bible. If human align these two together, heart and the mind, and they say to the mountain to move, mountain shall move. And that's what happens when you create coherence between these two organs in your body, and when you let go of the fear and when you open up. So there is tremendous power inside you to manifest anything in your life. Manifesting health, manifesting relationships, manifesting wealth, all of that is at your reach if you learn how you let go of those limiting beliefs, how to let go of the fear and dive deeper into the frequency of unconditional love. And the source of that is self-love. So in my first book, Infinite Love, I explained this in details. I dedicated 3 full chapters talking about the science behind the heart, and ancient teachings about the power of our love and the power of our heart as the source of our wisdom, and also giving you every lecture in the Infinite Love book is sharing my own life journey, how I have discovered what I shared there, and also giving you easy to apply indications and practices for your daily life that you can change your frequency, you can shift your vibration, and you can become empowered in your life just by reading one book, because that contains over 100 books in one soul book, bridges perfectly science and spirituality. And that's what I want to share with you today. The karmic agreement, my dear friend, is not something that they put on you. The karmic agreement is what you decided after the transition from this reality. And if you didn't have your consciousness developed, if you have been under kind of manipulation in different institutional religion, right? You thought that you made a sin, you did this and it was a bad and it's a sin, you're going to go to hell, then that consciousness goes with you to the next life. So you go into this loop of reincarnation, which we call it reactive reincarnation.
Yeah.
Is not a conscious reincarnation. And that's where those karmic agreements, which come down to fear-based karmic agreements, guilt, compensation, fear, abandonment, repeat themselves in your life until you learn where is the source. All what you need is to read the prayer and release that karmic agreement. And that moment you're free. That moment that would not repeat itself. So karmic relationships are the same. That you have decided to come here to heal certain wound. And that wound is inside the karmic agreement you have together. For instance, the wound of abandonment. You came here, you experience it, you have parents that are not present, you're deeply fearful of your girlfriend or your wife to abandon you, right? And then you come to relationship with people who will constantly knock your wound and take you to the fear of abandonment. So you go and release that karmic agreement and heal that fear of abandonment, then you would never be abandoned. Not only not abandoned, you also become very empowered in life because your relationships will change and transform to complete new level.
Interesting, all that, because we went through all of this when we were talking all those months ago, and it really does help, because if you let go of the fear and just say, here's my experience of fear. I've been around it a lot, and it's not like a fear of the dark. It's usually, in my case, it's like, all right, what's the worst case that's going to happen here? Who's going to come for me? Which authority are going to knock on my door and demand to see this, demand to see that? Because I'm always bending government rules. I break all the rules that governments lay on me. You can't do this, can't do that. And I've learned quite a few years ago, it's never as bad as you think it's going to be. And an easy way to describe this is the phone rings. You look at it and you think, oh, there's the credit card agency that I owe money to. And you think, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't have a credit card, so it doesn't happen to me. But I see people at the table say, oh, who's that? Oh, it's the bank I owe. You owe somebody money. It's a cringing phone call. I say, just pick it up. It's never as bad as you're going to think. They say, hello, yes, you owe us money. I don't have the money. Well, would you like to, I can afford $50. All right, let's put you on a payment plan for $50 a month. And then when they put the phone down and said, I feel better now because I know they're not going to call me again. I gave them an offer of $50 a month. They accepted it, and now I can relax. It's never as bad as you're going to think. And it's the fear that they drive into us that keeps us living in fear, that keeps us holding ourselves back. And then the second part is about manifestation. Now, I talk about this a lot in some of my work, Shima, when I say, stop it. That's the first thing I say. Stop saying, I'm ugly, I'm fat, I'm too thin, I'm too dumb, I'm too small, I'm too thin, my body's bad, my job is bad, nobody loves me, I hate my wife, all these negative things that come out of people's mouths. I'd say, would you stop saying that? Say, there's so many ways. I don't like my job. Let's just take that sentence. I'd like to find a better job. I'm going to find a better job. Don't complain about it and put it out there. Oh, I'm never going to get out of this job. I really don't like it. Say, I would really like to find a better job because I deserve it more. Change the whole thing around, put a positive on it, put that out in the universe and put some spice on that, put some Tabasco on that sort of thing. I am going to lose some weight. I'm going to put some weight on. I'm going to earn more money. But people are used to the fear factor and they say, I'm never going to be successful. I'm never going to find that right person in my life. You're never going to win the lottery. That's probably true. You're never going to fly in a spaceship and land on it. That's probably true. But improving your life with relationships and manifesting abundance, it all starts off with putting it out there because the universe doesn't know if you're joking. The universe doesn't know your sense of humor. The universe only knows your words and your intention. And my intention is, I want to self-improve myself. I want to find better. I want to make better myself. I want to heal myself. Like you say, Shima, it starts at the ground root, which is you. You need to ask yourself the question, where am I strong and where am I weak? Am I going out on the weekends, pouring a load of whiskey and vodka down my neck, taking loads of street social drugs and chasing the wrong women or wrong men around the nightclub, surrounding yourself with people that have negative, dark attachments? Whereas what you should be doing is cleaning your system, walking in nature, and just tuning into what's going on around you. Because it's all set up. They always make it look glamorous. The darkness is out there just to make you think, oh, you need to go to a nightclub every weekend. You need to be on all of the dating apps, lying about yourself. You need to be complaining with your friends over that glass of white wine at the end or a beer at the end of the week saying, oh, I hate my job. I hate my wife. I hate my husband. I hate my girlfriend. I hate. Get rid of
That's
it.
exactly the victim scenario, right?
Yeah,
I
the
always say you
victim.
have two
What's going
chairs
on?
in
Yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
One is written victim, the other one is written responsible. As long as you are sitting on the victim chair, nothing changing your life because the responsibility is on someone else. And my dear friend, that is your life, is your journey. Somebody can walk next to you, beside you, but never for you because this is your life.
I like
So
that.
make with it what you deserve and look what you deserve and what you can. Change that seat. Go and sit on the responsible chair. I say always, do you want a 3-second rule to healing? A 3-second formula to healing? 3-second formula to healing is take responsibility for everything in life and stop your expectations from everyone, even the universe. Don't blame the universe. Don't blame the governments. Don't blame the politics. Don't blame anyone. Take responsibility from everything in your life. And if you can do that, there is no disease that will live in your body. The moment you stop blaming others and be fully responsible. And what do I mean with be fully responsible? Imagine you're driving and some drunk person run into you with the car and cause an accident. Are you able to take responsibility for that? That's a tricky part, huh?
Yeah, it is a tricky part because,
If you do, then you heal.
yeah, that's a change in mindset, which I'm actually, it's another thing. I'll give you a really good example. You're on a flight, the flight's diverted, you're going to land in Chicago and you're supposed to be landing in, I don't know, New York. And then everybody goes, oh my God damn it. I was always the person saying, brilliant, let's see what Chicago's got to offer. I'm supposed to be here, obviously. The other day, I got a flat tire for no reason. I was like, what the hell? Driving down the road, 10 kilometers an hour on an open road, tire blew out. Like, that's weird. I didn't hit anything. Obviously, I need to be delayed here. Life has a way, the universe has a way of making you see things, delay things. You've got to open your eyes to it. And the other
Mm.
trick I find, Shima, the other life rule is if you're surrounded by negativity, you want to be a millionaire, start surrounding yourself with wealthy, intelligent, successful
Mhm.
people.
The environment is everything.
Yeah.
That's what we talk in epigenetic. There is
Yeah.
no gene for death. Did you know that for human body, we don't have a death gene in our system? Epigenetic is talking about that there is nothing that genetically been transmitted to you, my dear. All those genetic disease are inherited trapped emotions that you have received. When you release them, there is no genetic disease. We have been dealing with a lot of people with diabetic and different heart disease that all in the family goes on and on and on. But that was trapped emotion, something that happened 7 generations before. And all these people in the family, they have the same issue. That's a trapped emotion that goes down into the family. No gene. There is no gene that carries that information with it. So environment is everything. We have seen in the scientific ambience that we take that cell and put it in a different ambient, like the cancer cell. We take it and remove it from the acidic ambient that is surrounded to an alkaline ambient. Just the ambient, just the environment kills the cancer cell itself, nothing else, because cancer cell cannot grow in an alkaline environment.
Yeah.
And that's science. What we're talking about is that your environment creates everything. If you put an apple, you take it in and put it inside a basket of rotten apples. What happened? In a
The whole
couple of
thing goes
days,
wrong.
everything got rotten.
Yeah.
So if you put it separately and you put it with apples that are good next to them, maybe they can last 2 weeks without any problem, right? Environment is everything. As David mentioned, if you can surround yourself with people that you admire and you want to become
Yeah.
like them, their
Or positive.
frequency, their consciousness is traveling,
Yeah.
is affecting you, is influencing you, is releasing your limiting beliefs, is releasing your financial blockages by being in that surrounding.
You'll find as you get more in tune to this as well that you can say, oh, because I've had people that are so negative. Every time I see him, it's like doom and gloom, and he's this. I say I'm not going around there anymore. I see this guy.
Mhm.
Shima, we have covered a high range of topics, but I think to rather than because what happens with these people's attention span gets, they start to fall asleep, go to the bathroom, need a cup of coffee. So we'll wind it down, but please tell us where they can find out more information. Share your links with the audience, please, so they can get more information. If they want to contact you, where they send an email and how do they
Mhm.
get in touch to find out more? Where can they buy your books? We'll put all the links
Okay.
down, but for the time being, just tell us where they can get hold of you.
So shimashadroot.com is my website, my official website, where you have access to everything. You have access to Shimana Quantum Code therapy, where you can book a free discovery call and book a healing session. Or you can also find out more on my website about all the books that are there, which are available on Amazon and different platforms as well. And also to therapist training program. And what I wanted to leave the audience with is the frequency of infinite love, because I feel that's so beautiful that all of us can feel it. We have been talking about very advanced spiritual terms, maybe that some people just listen to it for the first time. And when we say frequency of infinite love, people say, "What is that? How does it feel?" And I would love to guide you through a 5-minute experience that you
All
can
right.
feel this frequency yourself.
Let's go. Let's get everybody into the mood. Just take a little breath, everybody. I'll let you do it, Shima. I've done this before. It is very interesting. I like this. So I'm going to just zen myself with this saying, get rid of some of the stress for the day and join us. Join you.
Great. Perfect. So find a comfortable position, sit back, relax, and close your eyes. Start to breathe deeply and slowly. Imagine a beautiful white healing light is coming down to your crown chakra on top of your head, activating and balancing your crown chakra. Take a deep breath. This beautiful white healing light is strengthening your connection to the source, strengthening your connection to your higher self. And it's going down to your head, relaxing your mind, relaxing your thoughts, letting go of your expectations. Bring yourself fully to this present moment. As you breathe deeply and slowly, allow this beautiful divine healing light to come down to your third eye chakra between your eyebrows, activating and balancing your third eye chakra. Activating your pineal gland, expanding your intuitive guidance. This beautiful white healing light travels down to your throat chakra, releasing any trapped emotions, unsaid words, suppressed voice from your throat chakra. Take a deep breath. Activating and balancing your throat chakra. Open yourself a bit more. Allow more of this beautiful divine healing light to come down to the center of your chest, activating and balancing your heart chakra, releasing any sadness, grief, loneliness from your heart chakra. You can feel more energy is entering your heart, more oxygen is entering your lung, and your heart is expanding to every direction. Allow this beautiful divine healing light to come down to your solar plexus chakra, under your rib cage, above your belly. Creating a deep sensation of self-trust, self-love. Repeat with me mentally, I am enough. I am enough. Feel the meanings behind this word. You are enough, my dear. You are perfectly enough. Allow yourself to release all what no longer serves you. And open yourself a bit more. Allow more of this loving, healing light to come down to your sacral chakra under your navel, activating and balancing your sacral chakra, balancing yin and yang, masculine and feminine energies. Releasing any trapped emotion that is in this area, any energetic cords with your previous relationships that no longer serve you, let them go. As your sacral chakra is expanding, this beautiful white healing light travels down to the bottom of your spine, reaching the root chakra on the bottom of your spine, releasing any trapped emotions you may hold in this area. Lack, insecurity, fear, let them go. This beautiful white healing light travels down to your legs, to your feet, balancing and activating the root chakra on the bottom of your feet and going down deeply to Mother Earth. Say hello to Mother Earth. Feel her loving embrace as she opens her arms and sending you thousands of photons in rainbow light to every cell of your body. Take a deep breath. These tiny photons are shining in every cell, releasing any trapped emotions, limiting beliefs, low vibrational frequencies that no longer serve you. From your mind, body, and soul, in all dimensions of time and space, the energy of Mother Earth is reaching your heart and is merging with the energy of the source in the center of your heart, expanding all around you, creating a big chamber of healing and protection around you and around this moment today. Take a deep breath. This very moment, bring your attention to your heart. And feel this loving energy that is pulsating in the center of your heart. That unconditional love. Open yourself to feel this frequency, to feel that vibration. You feel how your heart is becoming warmer and warmer. The energy is rising in the center of your chest. And you're feeling safe. You're feeling home. In this present moment, you feel so much loved. supported, and taken care of, that there is nothing to worry you. Allow your mind to relax, allow your heart to guide you, allow your heart to send you all this love that is within you. Inhale deeply and exhale fully. Place your hand over your heart. Create a deep sensation of gratitude. Gratitude to your heart that is beating for you 24/7 without any rest. Giving you life, giving you wisdom. Without any expectation. Say thank you to your heart. And allow that gratitude to expand to every organ of your body. And expand all around you to fill up your aura, to fill up this space around you. Give thanks to yourself to participate today, to listen to this podcast and create that space for you, for your healing, for your empowerment, for your becoming. Bring a smile on your face, take a deep breath. And whenever you're ready, you can slowly open your eyes.
Wow, Shima. I
Welcome
put
back.
yes, I put that on big screen so people can get the whole impact of it. Oh, I was nearly gone now. I nearly just woke back up. You know me, I go when I go.
How are you? How did you experience? How was your experience?
Yeah, again, a lot of relaxation and the light always helps me as well. I can see that white light energy clearing and feeling. It's um it's like um it's like waking up from a really good power nap. I can feel the energetic and I actually felt something coming out the back of my neck there. I've got
Mm.
bad shoulder pain at the moment just from a lot of hours in front of the computer. I wouldn't say bad pain, so I felt a lot of that being relieved as well. So getting into it. You're very talented at what you do. And I'd like to invite
Thank
the
you.
audience now to, if they want to find out more and need to find out more, please contact Shima before I fall asleep and won't be able to even. It's 7:30 now at night, so it's our evening is winding now. Let me get my cameras back in focus there. But Shima, it's always an extremely fascinating conversation with you. And it's a similar thing when we have coffee together, which we're overdue. We need to have a coffee together. And we'll do another one in a couple of months. And if there's anybody else out there, you can contact me and I'll put you in touch with Shima. But we're going to put all the links down below for all of your books, seminars, and training sessions. And I look forward to speaking to you. See the energy difference? I'm like that now. I'm right down from the show, but
Thank you so much, David, for this beautiful conversation. It's always an honor to catch up with you and also to share this space with you and with your audience. And thank you so much. Thank you.
You're very welcome. It's my pleasure to host you again and catch up and learn more about your technique, because it does change a lot. I know in 3 months things are moving forward for you, but we'll catch up again soon. It's the start of the summer now. Things are cooling down for me. I'm going to start settling and not so much traveling. But Shima, thank you so much. And I
Thank
look
you.
forward to seeing you soon. And for the audience sake, anything you need to know, just get in touch with Shima. All the links are there. And she's very able to help you and put you in the right direction.
Thank you
Bye
so
bye.
much.
Thank
Thank
you for an early
you.
night for me. I'm going.
You're going to sleep. Take care. Bye bye.